Hello, everybody. Welcome, that's a spoiler. Welcome to a city that has taken me a year so far. But I've been building it, not recording it, and it's finally time for me to show you the first part of what I've built. I only have two more plazas to really do. This actually should take up an entire hour touring everything. But I'm gonna actually tour in chronological order of things built, so this is actually gonna be one of the later things. So we're starting off here in this huge city. Every piece of land here is filled. It took a decent amount of time to build. I'd say this city took about 3 months. Basically, imagine this. You spawn in over there and you keep on looking for a decent place of land to build, and then you see this cool valley with a river running through it. Now, the river's not big. Well, it isn't that big. It gets really narrow in some parts. But then after here, it gets wide again and keeps being wide. It's narrow through the city, but most cities have rivers. But because of the valley here, I decided, why don't I build a wall? So I built a giant wall, spanning the entire length of the valley, from here over to there. I didn't worry about that one till a little later. So I started off here, in this little section. This is this little square of land here, from there to that corner. This little sandstone square shape of land is what started it. Here's the entrance. The wall was first, then I built the guard towers, and then it was these couple houses right here, this building and the clock tower that were first. The clock tower is a little detailed compared to the other buildings. I intend in my future buildings that I do to actually add interior, which is going to make them way more better and way more fancy. But this world I'm just going to do exterior and make everything look fancy on the outside. I'm not that advanced at building yet. So I'm just gonna start slowly off. Here's the clock tower, buildings here. Here's a very small performing center, like a singer or somebody with speech could be here, and they just give a speech or something. Here's a ginormous warehouse, because, yeah. Apartment buildings, an elementary school, and the high school is inside a mountain. These are just houses, nothing special about them. Then I built two bridges, I built this, and I built this. Nothing too special yet. This is a middle school for some reason. It's barely smaller than the high school, actually. The high school goes a bit into a cave. Here's a tower. I thought this was going to be very tall compared to the other ones. Slightly misjudged that, but I thought this would be the highest thing in the city, but no way. And I'm like, nah, the Capitol building should be. Here's the flag I designed. Red represents the people, the heart of the city, the pride of the city. Obviously, orange. It's built in orange sand desert. Blue is the river. River's really important to the city. I started off by building three separate, well actually it is at the very base level, one building. Went into three buildings, and then I connected them back again, and then back into one building and the flag's on top. Now over here. The starting part of this, the first building were those two. Then I decided to build this statue of a jackalope. I don't think it turned out that bad. Built these two, built another house. Then I built the fire department and the police department, which are just identical buildings. This actually was kind of later compared to everything else. These two buildings are surrounded completely, and so are those four right there, but whatever. Here's the bank. I thought it was going to be way taller than it is. It's just, well, it's still big, but yeah. Hospital. The helipad was actually added I probably added that like last 2 weeks ago. A football field. That was one of the first things I added over here. After I made that main strip, I put a path over here and I built a football field. Ain't that big, and it probably ain't the actual scale, but it looks neat. And then I put a path along the football field and I turned it right here. And then that's when I built this thing. This one right here. And in my mind, it used to look incredibly tall. Like, I thought it was huge. Yeah, now it doesn't look that tall to me considering what I built later. Here's the mining headquarters, basically. It's like a giant thing that organizes all the mining in the area. And the railroad leads up all the way to the mountain, comes back down the mountain. Well, over there's a mine down there. And that was the first thing I built. And then I had to build that. That's an embassy. Embassies aren't that huge, but whatever. Then I built this, which is called Tiny Tower. Even no, it's not tiny. I know. This was actually the last building I built in this complex. This is a very interesting building. It's the first building I think I've ever built that was triangular. It's a very weird building, because I usually like to have buildings not triangular. So this was a change, but I like the shape of it. It looks really cool and I'm proud of it. It took a while to build, obviously, because of its height. I thought this was the tallest thing I ever built. And then a month ago I decided not to, well, probably not 2 weeks ago. It feels so long ago. Okay, then the rest of this came. And then I built over here. Don't ignore this for now. I built these buildings. Those were on the far east. And then little bridge. No, that wasn't there yet, by the way. This thing was connecting. This thing up here is, I don't know, the first kitchen, apparently. It's a nice little patio thing. This building's actually pretty unique. Let's talk about it real quick. This is the Corps of Engineers, stuff for the city. Here's a little bridge going over the river. At this point, it looks like a creek. Like, look how narrow this is. I promise. Bro, you're too loud. You're way too loud. Why are you so flippin' loud? You're way. Okay, no. How do you turn you down? Like, this is. I think that's for flippin'. Sorry, this is gonna be 30 flippin' boring 30 seconds. If you want to skip ahead, like 30 seconds, that's good. Okay, it's that one. See, that's way better. At this point, I'd really consider it a crack. Then I built past this building, and then after I built those three and that one, I built this building, which ends up being the post office for the brick buildings. There is another one. I think it's over there by that airstrip, which is actually an international airport, even though it is extremely tiny. I should really have considered scaling stuff. You know, that's why I don't think I'm the best at building it, because I'm not. I'm not doing stuff correctly, but that's okay. I'm still learning. Then we have this thing, which taking after that, I decided, hey, let's make something else that's triangular, because why not? And then this thing happened. Honestly, I do like it. It is another, but this is specifically designed for concerts. Usually just a single artist, or maybe two, because I do not know how a band would manage to fit on this. Stage is, I guess, shaped uniquely. I just called it Ruin Stadium, and boom, there we go. Fixed. Fixed the spot. This building is just long. Very, actually. I'll get to those two things later. What is this? Why did I not label this? I think I was trying to make this a castle originally, actually. And I just abandoned that idea. Or is it a different one? Nah, I had it. Oh no, maybe it was the old. Okay, never mind. This has to be something. Garth store. Here's the international airport. Again, it's literally a single airway. Though there is some countries in like the Caribbean and Oceania that have stuff like that. Here's a walkway. And then after I built the international airport, I'm like, there needs to be a watchtower, so I built it in this plot of land over here. Make sure the airplane was safe and nothing came in contact. I established a rule that for a building to be considered safe, it had to be at least 4 blocks away. If it wasn't, I mean, if you're lower than the airport airstrip, you're allowed to be closer. For example, these two. And this one has to be 1 block further away, too. This is the only building that doesn't follow that rule, obviously, because it is the airport building. Here's the place where you get passengers. Here's the main runway. And then you take off. This is when I finished this section. It was when I added these 3 buildings, and then this rest wasn't here yet. Then I put a bridge, and these 2 buildings were here. This building caused me an hour of pain because I didn't know what to do. Like, okay, well, I could just make this solid, but then it would look too weird, so I then decided, screw it, I'm adding another layer. However, it's only 1 thick. You can clearly see that I just only put 1 thick there. This actually is sourced from up here, where it's water from here, and then it forms 2 lakes by the runway, and then that goes into the river eventually right there. Here's a shed. Eventually it's just a shed. I named it the Garth shed, and I'm like, why did I name it Garth? And then I built this. Why did I build such a flippin' huge building? Here's the logo, by the way. It's definitely not inspired by Google. And then it connects to the second skyscraper. However, it connects through the Garth shed. Then again, the Garth shed is connected to this building, barely, which connects then to the smallest, even though it is at the lowest elevation, skyscraper. And it goes to this one, and then this one. Like, this one obviously is the biggest, second biggest, very small. However, it looks nice, doesn't it? Technically, if you want to say something, this one starts... Actually, no, this one would. Never mind. But there's this intricate, just many buildings here that follow staircases, stuff like that. And then I built this, which is just a very long building. And then I'm like, there's nothing here. I have to fill the space here. So, actually, no, wait a minute. This section of the university right here was built. And then I built this park. Just has a drop tower, 2 roller coasters, an arcade, lounge, service building, plaza. Nothing special, it's just a small park. They do work though, it's really fun. Here's the kiddie ride. Obviously it's not special. It is supported. All of the things I built are supported, even though obviously you don't need to do that in Minecraft. And then the university. I don't know why I made it so big, but this wasn't the building that started it. The building that of the university that started it is all the way over here. This is university, and that all the way over there is also university. This is the med school and veterinary school part of the university. Why is it so big? Well, because it fits 2 topics, and one of them is huge. Like med school, the veterinary school probably only takes up 2. Med school takes up 3. I'm not saying that med school is harder than veterinary school or vice versa. I'm just saying the one occupies more space. Because some of the same equipment will probably be shared anyway. And I said some. Okay, chess club, carpentry school. I didn't know that was a thing until I looked it up, and apparently that's a thing, so I put that there. But it's like a trade school type of thing too. Computer engineering, journalism. But also in journalism, the school papers there. The cafeteria, it's a flippin' massive hall. It's a massive hall. Just one rectangular building, because that's what most cafeterias are. And obviously, go up here. Oh, I probably should have mentioned this. This has 4. Like, who the flip messed this up? Gonna have to be talking to Eli after this. He's getting a beating. That does not look like the original one, but I guess I'll have to stick. This used to be a dictatorship. This entire nation. And then this man, Mr. Roberto Guadalajara, rebuilt it. Because good job, man. Okay. Move on. It is very hilly, by the way. This is not wheelchair-friendly university at all. This is built on very rough terrain. Down here is political science, and look at this mess. How the heck did I get around this? Barely fits up. Well, actually, no, this tree was here. However, this tree on the left wasn't here, but I decided to make it cooler and messier. I just put it here. Here's the library. Where the heck is that thing? Where was I looking? Environmental studies. Paleontology. Esports facility. Very high up esports facility, apparently. Council. And bathrooms. Geology. Cartography. And a very beautiful bridge. This is just a campfire bridge with trapdoors on the side with fences on them. I kind of like how it turned out. I had never done a bridge at a diagonal angle before, and I think it turned out pretty cool. And in the stairway, this connects the 2 sides of universities. By the way, that's bathrooms down there. It connects this side of the university with this side of the university over a narrow place of the canyon. By the way, it's called Snyder Canyon because I had to give it a name, like why not? That is a beautiful view. Because there's a bridge there, of course, engineering and architecture. Is that architecture? No, that's science. Where the heck's architecture? Has to be. Okay, European studies is there. Engineering's there, but because they have that, they have the Snyder Canyon balcony, which is a great view. Science, School of Science is huge, flippin' huge. Teaching, agriculture, astronomy, law, physics, and then astronomy and physics. On top of it, astrophysics, because why not? Here's a ping pong table in the law school, because apparently that's a thing. And the World Table Tennis Association owns. Oh wait, no, it owns the plaza by the law school. And yeah, I don't know why the World Table Tennis Association is there apparently. Here's Spanish class, which is underneath the table tennis class. Maybe it's like an I don't know. Taxonomy, French. Taxonomy probably is. This is my hot take. Oh no. Who did this? Flippin'. Who did this? Whoever could have done this? What the? No. 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 This is not going to be a thing. This is not going to be a thing. I'm going to make this look way better. I'm way happier now. That's considered a marching band. Dean's office. Because why not? Here's the Garth Tech Lab, because Garth probably financed it. Because Garth Tech is this universe's Apple, to be honest. It's huge. It's this universe's Apple. And you may ask, why is it only brick, clay, and sandstone? And some stone, because, look around. What is there? Well, we have sand. Well, sand. Yellow sand. We have clay in the rivers, because there's a lot of it. And, oh yeah, the canyons are full of flippin' stone. So why would they use the most 3 abundant materials to build buildings? I'm just trying to be realistic here. Don't ask me where you got coal blocks from, that was just an aesthetic choice. Then, yeah. Did I cover everything here? I think I covered everything here in the city. Oh, except these couple buildings here. Let me cover them real quick. Here, these... Oh, except I didn't say about Rains. Hello. So this is Rain's service station. It's this universe's sheets. Now, if you live on the East Coast, you have basically almost guaranteed a herd of sheets. They're like gas station, fast food chain. Not really fast food, they're mostly just gas station with food. Now, because of that, well, that's Brick Mill's headquarters. Oh, flip, yeah. I'll get back to Rain's later. This used to be Rain's old headquarters, then it moved somewhere, which we'll get to shortly. But there's the reins of this city of Crickham, and it is positioned not in the middle, but in between the first and second third of the city. This is the brick mill headquarters, because brick mills are really important in the history. The walkway in between, if you want to get across, you have. This is where working comes in hand. Because if they just rebuilt a dictatorship 40 years ago, they're gonna have to go through democracy again, which is gonna have to be the evolution of it again. You can't just go through it so quickly, because nothing's easy, really. What is this down here? This is a Rains distribution center. Okay. And we are done with the city. How long did it take me to cover it? Oh, 23 minutes. That's actually a pretty good time. So I think I'll finish this video on time. What did I build after I was done with you? Well, let me show you. That hut. That's all I built. That's all I built after. Yeah, guys, that's the end. I'm kidding. So first, I made a path to a kingdom I call Athali. Basically, just woodlands, acacia, and plains. I know, 3 biomes in 1 kingdom. How could it be? Here's the thing about it, though. Though it encompasses the plains that it owns and borders, it does not encompass all plains. For example, it does not own that on top of that. It only owns the ones that it surrounds and it's by. So it would own these forests right here. Here's a village right here. It's called Jumok. And each kingdom has different, I can't speak apparently, different paths. So they have just a path block. We have clay block. That's a miner's hut. It's just a brick hut in the middle of the desert with a mine by it. And yeah. This is a bridge to the Crickham War. Again, more lore, because why not? So, again, being a dictatorship, because the dictator lived in a city, the city won. And they had only one more obstacle to go. This small village over here, known as Ninlo. How did I choose that name? All I had to do is literally generate random letters. I'm not joking. I didn't get it from Crickham, I just literally thought of gibberish. This, random letters. I got N-I-N, and that's actually a pretty good start. And I got L-O. So that's what I got. I named this Dry Lake, because magma. This used to be a ruined portal. This was an old military base. Or should I say fortification? Because this can never be a military base. Look how small it is. This aircraft runway could probably barely fit a hand glider. But nevertheless, there's that old crumbling hangar. Two artillery cannons. And something to shoot with. Was the last stand against for the resistance. It was founded by Beldrop, who famously won and regained the rights. Blah 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 blah. Welcome to the town. This is Beldrop's tower, the tallest thing. Now, I just mentioned Beldrop, so that's Beldrop's manor. He's the person who led led the rebellion against the dictatorship. However, interesting thing about Roberto Guadalajara is he served under Beldrop. Beldrop was the one who died. Roberto Guadalajara was the first president of the new democracy. Okay, so what do you think this sandstone building is? Oh yeah, Museum of the War, because why not? Here's One Brick Studios. It has known as a curriculum, desert sand radio station, and the bank, because every town needs a small bank at least. Towns. The reason this town is here, though, is because it has 2 freshwater sources and 2 oases. Now, because it's still completely surrounded by desert, it's still land. This one's way bigger, by the way. This one had a canal dug so it could reach the main place of the city. Also, there's another rain. See, if you see brick, that basically means that's a rain service station. Not always, for example, that thing, or some of the buildings in the main city. But it could also mean, yeah, there's a rains. And we're going on the path again. Here is, I got so lazy. I was like, you know what? I don't want to build. I really don't want to build. Up and down and up and down and up and down. I'm like, why don't I just build a straight path? So I had to come up with an excuse for that one. Here's an old gold was discovered in the Lab Mountain. That's Lab Mountain. And they built this. It used to be on a decline because it was an aqueduct, and they supported water to the nearby village, which originally used to be a miners' village, and had people living there. So an aqueduct had to be constructed from there to there. But because the pipes were up there, then they had to get fresh water back that was unused, and they put it back here, and that's why there's these there. Complicated, I'm not going to explain it right now. And this remarkable architecture still stands today, so it's just a lazy excuse for why this is very flat. This was going to be a military base, but then I realized again, way too small. Don't worry, I do have plans for a future military base. And it's going to be a joint occupation between 2 nations. Between that jungle nation and this desert nation. It's probably going to be the last thing I'm going to build here, except because I'm going to build it when I'm building the jungle nation, which probably that video will come out in probably like 9 months, because it will take a while. Here is the air tower, air traffic control. Here's the 2 small hangars. Again, this is for smaller planes. It's just an emergency airstrip and a regional airport. And in the regional airstrip, what the heck, man? Okay. Here's another range. Because the plot of land I built it on was so small, I built like this, and then most of the stores up there. That is way too big. I should not have built it this big, but I did. I built it that big. That is so flippin' annoying. I've built so much that my buildings are just glitching out like that. Because even though they have lights in the corners, they still get dark spots like this. I don't know why, and it annoys me to death. But I can fix them. This is the International Space Agency. And they have a helicopter there for accidents on the airport. Also, here's another giant flag. And let's go over to where the aqueduct stops. Here's Bull Point Overlook, which is actually a pretty decent overlook if I do say so myself. It's a giant staircase. Here's the only, oh no, this is the second tunnel, right? Second tunnel, and this one's directly under Lab Mountain. And what do you think's near our mountain with plentiful resources? Yep, a mine. Welcome to Lab Mountain Mines. What do you think that brick building is? Another rains. Here's Miners of Kirkham building. Except it's an I'm so happy I got you. And here's my number one. Nothing special whatsoever. Here's the coal breaker. I'm not joking when I say I was in the library and I found a book about old anthracite coal mines. And this is something only I would have done. And I'm like, oh, that seems interesting. And I just keep reading and I read it. And I'm like, I gotta include this in something. So I just renamed this from ore processing unit to a coal breaker. So now this is unpaid child labor office. This is bad, but okay. Post office. You always gotta have a post office. Here's the mine. That right there is the tunnel because, yep. And there is the entrance sign. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? Here's the water pump that gets fresh water that barely reaches. I don't know why it barely reaches this. But yeah. And this path goes. I'll get to that later. Because you're about to see skyscrapers again. And let's explore the non-big buildings. And then we'll explore can it render the skyscrapers from here? Well, it can, that's wonderful, but you can barely see the international airport. The Temple of Intuition. Here we have the Tri-Village Junior High, which Ninlo has it. Let me show you one of the other villages. So it's just, this is a canal for ships to get from here to the Kirkham city of Kirkham. Now, the way that the ships do this is a very long journey that has a lot of canals that I dug, and even a boat tunnel, because a boat tunnel. However, I'm imagining probably like a little tugboat going through. I'm not imagining like an entire cargo ship. Don't. Actually, yeah, you can look at that. See, that's why, because look how narrow it gets. A flipping cargo ship is not floating through there, and probably not even a tugboat. Just a very small ship carrying cargo, but thousands of them going along the river, so it looks like just wood. Here's the port. The crane is a special shaped crane, so because of that, each thing is, on top of it, is put just a bundle of this in tracks, which are supposed to be like latches to keep it down if something were to happen, like a big wave flooded. Here's the port of the city of Kirkham. Let me show you how it's connected. This bridge, pretty special. Port bridge. It's a pretty unique bridge, actually. I'm proud of it. I think it looks great. And it goes from this very skinny thing to up here. And it connects path through there. But I can't show you that yet. Because I built that like 2 weeks ago. Ruined portal I just didn't bother getting rid of because I guess I'm lazy. I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow. And guys, stick around for the end of the video because I'm gonna have updates on what I think is coming next. It's not definitive, but probably gonna happen next. This is all fresh water. Yeah, it is all fresh water, because this never touches the ocean. Well, it does. But it's like the Panama Canal. Some of it is salt water. But eventually it does turn into fresh water, like this. This is eventually. It's like Mississippi. Like, this very start of the Mississippi River is still salt water. The delta is mostly salt water. But then when you get in like 20 miles and it turns fresh water, it starts fighting back that salt. And then we have there we go. It barely fits. It's like a lock. Locks in rivers and dams barely fit. For example, boom. Example A. And then this is the headwater of the entirety of it. This was all man-made, and you can clearly tell it was all man-made. There's the source of it, an underwater cave I found. And then I put a sign on top, and then I put water on top, and then I connected it through to the underwater cave. This is the village of September. I just took September and then put, instead of having the R, I put L-Y. Wait. What the wait. Wait, what? What the? What? What the? Wait, what? I'm not, you know what, screw it, I'd usually mess around with something like that to make it look natural, but you know what, I'm never gonna come back here again, so I'm not gonna touch it, because what the heck? Okay, that's cool. So, my friend Eli wanted to play on the world that I was playing on so he could check up on my progress, but he didn't want to build what I was building. So I just teleported him a random distance away. And I didn't have cords enabled then. And it didn't teleport, it teleported him a long way away in survival terms, but in creative terms where I'm going to build a way a long distance, it's not that big. Here's the Laboratory Island Bridge. And I still haven't covered this up? What? No, I did. Okay, guys, welcome back to an episode of me building. That's a shed. That doesn't need connected, because it doesn't need connected. I really thought I covered this up. This used to be a ginormous skyscraper experiment tower where he would drop animals. I actually constructed it for him. He would drop animals from the top and see what their max survival distance was. Redstone was wired up all the way to the top. You click the lever, you put in the animal you want to be dropped, and it would drop down. Here is the Laboratory Island train line. No. Oh, yeah, I ain't playing with Ninja. You can see all the way out there, there's that. There used to be a 5,000 block long ice bridge for a boat that went from there, from the laboratory all the way to a mushroom island all the way over there. It's not there anymore. You know, that used to be there too? I don't know if there's still, believe it or not. I destroyed it once I realized, nah, I ain't doing that. So this is like the outpost of the kingdom, September is. But it is still, of course, part of the kingdom. It's basically off the course of a mesa plateau. And then, why don't we get to this? This is cricket ball, like a high school version of football. Cricket ball is interesting. It has a really small field compared to most. That village isn't important right now, by the way. And yeah, it's cool. Let me try to show you the village that I found without spoiling the skyscrapers I recently built. I think I did it. Yeah, I did. Okay, that's good. Here is South Kapir. Guess which city it's south of? Good job, Kapir. K-E-P-I-R. There we go. The international airport's to your left, and you can see this something there that kind of looks like a football stadium, which is a huge one. Now, it's nothing big. It's just a village looking around a mountain. Now, however, if we were to go from here, I promise it's not. Okay, good. People, if you thought there was a massive hole in there, sorry. This is what I'm currently working on. I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna do one city and connect up all the villages. I'm done then. And I'm like, okay, I'll just build a path through here because there's a village here, so I have to build all the way over here. And I'm like, oh my god. There is 3 peninsulas barely connected to this massive land, which is surrounded by the jungle, and that village is over there, that village is there, that village is over there. And look, if I build a city here, it'd be the only main coastal hub that this city has, right? This is a protected nature reserve. It's the only spot that I have found camels. So I'm like, no, it has to be protected. If there's camels here, nobody can touch this land. So camels live here. It's great. Sea turtles also have a tendency of spawning. Like, I bet if I look just for probably 10 seconds. Okay, there we go. Sea turtle. This started out as just these buildings over here. All these sandstone buildings, ignore the brick ones. That. Not that one, though. Just this couple. I'm like, okay, it's just a mount, this tallest building's this building. I mean, it's probably closely, like, related to, it'd be something like, I don't know, Minneapolis. It's barely not tier 1 city. It's like a very high tier 2. It wouldn't be Kirkham. Kirkham City would be tier 1. It'd be like your New York or LA or Chicago. This is more like a Seattle or Minneapolis, which is still a major city. However, just because it's not the biggest doesn't mean it's not the biggest skyscraper, which, holy crap, I did this in one sitting. It only took me an hour. I was completely focused on this and nothing else. I don't know how. But it's huge. It's absolutely huge. At least with that one, it got narrower as I got to the top, but I mean, that's still pretty good. I mean, I cut off those 5 blocks right there, but yeah. But yeah, after I was done with building those, I built this thing, which looks pretty good. It is big compared to the other one. And it has a bigger stadium. Again, just because it has the biggest doesn't mean it's the biggest thing, doesn't mean it's the biggest city. For example, oh crap, I've ran out of examples. Well, yeah, this is a pirate ship, even though it looks like a pile of crap with a racing flag on top of it, or a very weird Z, or an S. And it has this thing, and people thought, my friends thought I made a mistake here. No, I didn't. I knew it was not going to be perfect, because I knew if I made it wider, that would not fit the dimensions of the other field. By the way, that is the exact dimensions of the field over in the other city. I copied them. Exactly. Like, exactly copied them. Oh, by the way, this is a nice little bridge. It has canals through it, so little, like, love boats or canoes can get under it. Same with here. It can go under. I mean, it's gonna be a tough fit. You're gonna have to have one of those canal experts. You can't go under this bridge. You can go under this bridge, and then you're gonna have to stop, because you can't go under any others. And then I built that, and then I built stuff around. This is a pretty cool looking building. This is called Stepping Stones OTC, or just Stepping Stones Offices. Yep, office building. And then I had this large, this is the exact shape of land, by the way, I had left, and I didn't know what to do with it. So I'm like, well, we don't have a shopping mall, so let's just make it a shopping mall for the entire country. 3-story. Over here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stories. So 15 combined stories. If you count that as a story, then only 14. But because of that, I guess it could still only be 12 stories. It has this massive, I don't know how. Well, actually, no, I do know how. The leaves only reached up here, but I'm like, I want a taller tree. So I put dirt in the middle of it and made it taller, and then I just combined it. And so it's just a really tall, darker tree now. Here's a good day. Good day. Okay. There used to be a bridge here, and you can see that there used to be a bridge here. In fact, the path is still kind of leading there, and you see that there's doors right there. That's because there's doors here too, and there's to be a bridge here. In fact, you can still see the remnants of it when the old one of them I just still haven't replaced. And the same over here, pedestals of the old bridge on either side of the path. This, you may not know what it is. It's a basketball and tennis arena, except it has no baskets. I don't know why. You can see the second floor is missing. Well, it isn't. It's just a really small part of it. That's for coaches, analytics, journalists to be, recording cameras, whatever you want. Now, I haven't officially completed the country, and it will be done tomorrow. How will I know it will be done tomorrow? Because I did this in 30 minutes. Or less. Probably less, honestly. This in less than 30 minutes. This in probably, by itself, this thing, 20 minutes. It doesn't take that long to build. Oh, I haven't mentioned the port, have I? This is the port. I got inspiration from my Mushroom City port, which if I might not show you in this video. This is inspiration from my Mushroom City port on when I was talking about that. This is the Gateway Arch. You can tell what it's represented by if I said this is a Tier 2 city. What Tier 2 city has a Gateway Arch welcoming you into a region of a place? If you guessed St. Louis, you'd be correct. I got an inspiration from St. Louis and added my own pizzazz to it. For example, it's not an arch. Well, it is an arch, but it's not a spherical arch. It is an arch with edges, but I think it turned out decent. I do think it turned out decent, and I like it. I like how if you cross, you're now in the desert nation. If you don't, you're leaving it. I don't think I'll ever put a ship there. I think I'll just leave this blank. This looks better to me. Here's a lighthouse. Here's a ginormous concert hall. I built this today. This was today. I built this today. Probably like 7 hours ago. This wasn't today. I should add lights to this part of the building. This is a math station. Also, the Jungle Nation and the Desert Nation have really good relations. For example, this might be where the joint military base is. I'm thinking it should be on this one, because look, it's an island. It can be a naval port too, because look. I'm thinking, this is why I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking I'm opening this up, and then that, and then I'll make a very, very high bridge so naval ships can pass under. I'll open up that canal, make a giant one here, and put a very high bridge over it, so naval ships from both sides can go through past the harbor. That's what I've been thinking anyway. This right here, it's pretty cool, I guess. It's where you can see the point of Kapir, where it ends, where the peninsula ends. Fun fact, this is an isthmus. Well, this was an isthmus. It was only one small sliver of sand connecting it. And then up to here, it was an isthmus. And then, yeah, this isthmus just goes, pew, and it gets huge, connecting that part of land. This city is an isthmus. Go from there, big again. Big desert, very narrow land, big. Right there, you may see a sandstone bone. You're like, why is it in the forest? Actually, no, it's not in the desert. It's in the desert. This was just some sand I found. I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if there's cactus there? And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. In Minecraft, I'm God. And then I put cactus there. And I'm like, oh, this is a cool little museum. It's probably like Area 51 or something like that. It's a stupid little museum. Why not? And then, yeah, that happened. It took 30 minutes, whatever. I don't want to explain it. Okay, so where were we? Oh, back to Rain Service Center, because I said I'd get back to you earlier. There's a Garth store, by the way, right there, that weird building right there by the bridge. But sandstone building. RSS, Rain Service Station. That was the building I thought was too far. The building that is the brick mill operating office back in the capital city used to be the Rain's headquarters. But I decided, you know what? If the first Reigns should not be in a capital city, because that would mean it's too overpowered. It's like how Starbucks is from Seattle. Again, drawing more inspiration from Seattle. But it wasn't started in like this huge metropolis that everybody knows. Everybody knows what Seattle is, but shut up. It started in a smaller, still big, it has 750,000 people. Smaller, yet still big city. Like this. Like, that would be cool if I put it here. So I put it here. Rain Service Station. And then it has the biggest rains in the world. This is Rains Island. Here we have Rains Community Post Office, Rains Museum, and the Rains Community Fire Department. Here's the Rains Service Station. Here is the 5444 buildings part of the complex. The main one. The second one, the one with the name on it. This one's here, because how else would there be a floating piece, you know? We don't do that here. We don't make floating architecture. That's why it's held together here. And these lanterns are obvious here. You here for structural support too. And then the small building there is just for storage. Have I covered everything? Not yet. These couple buildings. Oh, by the way, that's also arranged. These couple buildings. Let's see. What are you? Your Libra publications. Just look all this. Here's a scary house, claustrophobia, because that's what's so thin. Here is Sand Records, owners of Sand Radio, Sandy Network. Sand Radio, Desert Sands Radio, guys. Do you remember back in Ninlo, the smaller town? Well, Sand Network, I think, is also here. Yeah, Sand Network, right by the big building. Which there's a museum about it. Why don't we explore what happened to the big building and what tragic events this was inspired by? 45 years being an international icon got hit. The International Exchange Center was hit by a plane. It's killed 17,879 people, destroyed all of downtown, but the nation fought and built even bolder and a taller one. We all know what this was based off of. So, all of downtown was destroyed. Most of the city was gone. What did they do? Well, they built bigger, better, bolder, and taller. And now they have over 200,000 people because they're just better like that. And I put like cold little moat around it with cherry leaves and 2 cool entrances because it's huge. I built these little very small homes. They're like tiny homes, which is kind of what I live in now, which I'll get back to later if we have time. Holy crap. This is Frederick City, and I am gonna build on this plot of land tomorrow. Flippin' stop doing this, please. I'm gonna go nuts. I'm gonna build on this plot of land tomorrow. And on Monday, this video is gonna come out, definitely, on Sunday, because I'm recording this at 1 in the morning. It's coming out on Sunday. I'm gonna do this when I wake up on Sunday, even though it's already Sunday. When I wake up technically later today then. I'm gonna do the flatter one, which is actually almost completely flat except for that part. And on Monday I'm gonna terraform just a bit, finish this up, and then I'm gonna be done with the entirety of this country. I mean, I might come back if I ever come back to it. I'm gonna tweak it here and there. For example, this is probably gonna be a joint military base. I'm not gonna be completely done with it, I guess, until I finally finish the Jungle Nation, which I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I probably am. But the last thing I'm gonna get you toward this video is beautiful Oasis waterfall, barely overflown. Plus, I created this earlier and I got relaxed by it. Look at this. The mangrove trees. Seaweed moving. The stars in the sky. The relaxing animals flying in the night sky near the jungle. Oh, I got really relaxed by that. Yeah. Now let me explain real quick, shall I, why I haven't uploaded in a while. Let's take a venture into what I've been doing. So, I moved homes. I'm not gonna do what I did that, but I moved homes, yeah. I moved homes, and I had to reset up everything, so I couldn't record for a bit. But I'm back, doing it again, and I'm probably gonna build still on the side, and, that Survival World video, the Survival World series, probably gonna get that back up and running later this week, so expect that. But, this is what I've been working on for the most part. Oh, actually, no, basically entirely this. I've been working on this for a while. Now, let's go back to that dock. Let me show you the evolution of my style. I have 5 minutes left, so let's go over a quick recap of what I've been doing. This is my latest thing. Let's go into my first building thing I've ever done on this world, which is just survival world, so it had nothing on, and I immediately quit. High Stadium, that's an 110,000 people stadium. It is so annoying why I made that, I don't know why. Dragon's Peak. Oh wait, let's go to Mushroom Land, because that's where the dock I got inspired from was. It's taking every ounce of my energy not to fall asleep in my chair, bro. Okay, so the bridge. Holy crap! I forgot. Why use such a high bridge? I mean, it's still a beautiful bridge. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, jeez. This is where the inspiration for my dock came. See? However, I had little splotches of detail there. I added yellow. What are they called again? I had yellow frog lamps, right? Aren't they called frog lamps? Yeah, frog lights, same thing. I had yellow. This is purple frog lights and wood. However, I made that with entirely striped logs. This is striped logs mixed in with just normal oak planks. Instead of having that as details, I just put in pillars. I did not put a boat in, and I don't know how I did this boat, because I've never done a boat before that. This is my first boat I ever made, and I haven't built a boat since, and I don't know how I did it. See, my style has literally evolved. I'm still proud of this building. I think it looks incredible. I don't know how the flip I made it. I mean, I recorded doing it, I guess, but I still don't know how I did it. Here's an intricate series of logs, canals, railroads, stuff to get over through the continent without having to get out of the boat. Here's a football stadium. Okay, I can clearly see how my stuff evolved from this one. The mushroom stadium, though. I feel like I've had more fun, I guess. Not well, I still have fun doing what I'm doing right now. I feel like see, that looks beautiful. Look at that ship. I guess I had a little bit. Oh, this brings back memories. I like it's the inside of a mushroom. I really liked that one. Let's go. We have barely any time left, but still. Let's go do a quick little 1-minute tour of Vicksburg. And then we'll do a 30-second tour of Dragon's Peak, because nothing was seen in Dragon's Peak, except a couple little towers and stuff. Come on, hurry up, hurry up. Perfect timing. Okay, so let's get a quick tour on. So, we started with this building, which is an art exhibit, then we finished up the rest of this place. Then we built a bridge. This bridge connected to this, the Opportunity Tower, the tallest building in the city. Then we have these skyscrapers over here, a giant basketball arena, and over there is villages. I think I did good. And there's an international point over there. Yep, pretty looking cool. And this is, you can clearly see this is the stuff I did before the Desert Nation. I did Bricksburg before the Desert Nation, because that's where I was about to get my style back. For where it is now. Dragon's Peak. Wow, I have not been on it in over a year, probably. Dragon's Peak. I don't know. Yeah, it's... Where the heck am I? Oh, crap, I'm at the Arctic Fox breeding program. And that's the... Iron Factory. Come on, go back over to the home mountain. There's a watchtower. That's Moonlight Tower. That's Cloud Chaser Tower. Over there's a manor. Right there's a lodge. Right there is a secret base. And right here is a ginormous dam. And I kind of regret building it. Here's the nice town I built. There's a little dam. I do not regret building this one. In that tunnel, by the way, that leads to the other mountain where the fox breeding program was. This is the old flag, which I'm ever so proud of. There's a nice little comfy cafe. And look at this. How the frick did I build this? This feels so cozy. And I think I'm going to leave you guys here. Except, well, wait a second. Mines. Here's mines here. Yeah, nice little speakeasy mine style. Yep, okay, here we go. I'm going to let you enjoy the last 10 seconds of this video looking at very cozy smartphones. See everybody, have a great day.